on recording so that we can share that with them. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
I've started recording. We
Yeah,
can put our views on
yes,
wars, pandemic on YouTube.
yep. Okay.
Come on, man. No talking about the pandemic, okay?
No talking about
Because it,
pandemic.
bec-
Let's discuss from
because it's
36 to
no
38.
because it's not in the Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Piyush, you were able to discuss with your group.
We tried couple of times, but our group was a little bit
Hmm.
sick
Our group
last
problem
week.
was we did not try at all.
It's the first time in my
अरे
life.
अभिजीत भाई इस हफ्ते बहुत काम था भाई इस हफ्ते
अरे
बहुत काम
सबको था, सबको था, मुझे भी था, रणधीर को भी था. आई एम श्योर क्षितिज तो आई थिंक ही goes to the Marathi classes. He imparts Marathi classes to students over there, so he is also busy. Most of the times we are busy, no problem. So yeah, so let's discuss. पढ़ा है तो
नहीं, हम लोग ने नहीं नहीं पढ़ा एक्चुअली.
नहीं पढ़ा
नहीं नहीं किया. We
इंडिविजुअली.
we planned twice, but yeah, we were unsuccessful. I'm still very sick actually. In fact,
क्या हो गया?
it's the first time in my life when people says the headache है. मुझे
हम्म.
पता ही नहीं चलता कि हेडेक होता क्या है. वो कल पता
हम्म.
चला है हेडेक होता क्या है.
So Abhijit, me and
Yeah.
Rishi did discuss. I don't know if
Okay.
yeah, Rishi is here. Yeah, yeah. So we and Rishi were discussing.
Oh wow.
Good, good.
So हाँ हाँ, तो हमने सोचा भाई कर लेते हैं. So
हाँ.
let's yeah, let me just give my piece to it. Or Rishi, do you want to start? Maybe this time you go ahead. Rishi,
Rishi, unmute
you're on
yourself.
mute. You're on mute.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. No, Piyush, you go forward. I think we had a good discussion yesterday. You start and then I'll also join in.
So,
Hello.
Piyush, you're muted. Can you unmute yourself?
Hello. Hello,
Yeah,
guys. Can
yeah,
you hear me?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, before I start, what I was asking was do we want to read the Sanskrit verse?
Yes, 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 yes. Let's try.
Yeah. Without Prabhuji, I don't know how we'll do, but let's give it a
Let's
shot.
try.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
sure he'll
try.
be happy if we try at least. Yeah.
Is
Okay.
Navraj there on the call?
Navraj is not there today.
Yeah. If
All
he
right,
was
let's
there.
start. So, Papam Ivashraye Dasman.
पाप में
Papam Vivashre
आश्रय
Dasman.
दास में.
What is this?
It's
Hatvai
Atvedam.
Hatvetana Atatayena. Yeah.
पाप में वाश्रये दासमन. Can you repeat?
पापम
Papam
पाप में
Vasre
वाश्रये
Dasman.
दासमन. हत्वेतानात तायिनः.
Hatvetana
Hatvedana.
Tatayena.
तस्मान्न हर हार तस्मान्नार वयम हंतुम.
Tasmanarya Vedum
तस्मान्नर्हा वयं
Hantum.
हन्तुं
धार्त राष्ट्रान् स बांधवान्.
Dhartarashtraन्
Dhartarashtraन्
Sabhandhavan.
Sabandhavan.
बान्धवान्
स्वजनं हि कथं हत्वा.
Swajana hi
Swajanam hi
katham
katham
hatva.
hatva.
कथं हत्वा
सुखिनः श्याम माधव.
Sukhinaha
सुखिनः
Sukhinaha
Shama
Shama
श्यामः
Madhava.
Madhava.
Okay.
Let's try one more time, guys.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We're getting better.
पापमेवाश्रयेदस्मान्.
Papamevashrayedasman.
Papamevashrayedasman.
हत्वैतानाततायिनः.
Hatvetanatatayinah.
Hatvetanatayinaha.
तस्मान्नाहर वयं हन्तुं
तस्मान्नार्ह
One.
वय हन्तुं
धार्तराष्ट्रान् सबन्धवान्
धार्तराष्ट्रान् बान्धवान्
स्वजनं हि कथं हत्वा
स्वजनं हि कथं हत्वा
सुखिनः श्याममाधव.
सुखिनः श्याम माधव.
Okay,
Okay.
so someone can read the translation, maybe Kalpesh.
I'll read the translation.
Yes.
Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune? And how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen?
Oh, yeah, Piyush, you can start.
Yeah, so basically, what Arjuna's sense in here is, see, as a Kshatriya, okay, he's agreeing that he has to fight, but what he's questioning is that basically, you know, I mean, doing this war, okay, what he addresses to Krishna, I mean, he addresses Krishna as Madhava in this, by the way, like, which is basically the husband of the goddess of fortune. So what he's saying is that how can I take up such an act which will bring about misfortune? You being the husband of the goddess of fortune, if I fight this, it is going to bring about misfortune. So why should I do this fight if it is harming everybody? That's basically what he's questioning. This is half of it, to be honest, guys. It's not completely. Like Prabhuji said, it is between 36, 37, and 38. But before we move on to the next verse, I mean, just an interpretation of his doubt that he's having out here. That the Kshatriya code demands that he fights, but then there is also a part of in it where it is said that if it is bringing out misfortune, then one should not. One can agree to, like, let it go. So that's my understanding. Rishi, anything you could fill in or your point of view?
Yeah. So I think even in the purport, it is given 6 reasons or 6 aggressions against which it is just for you to, as a Kshatriya, to react or to, fight back. And according to Arjun, killing own family members, that is a sin, and that should not be or is not a valid justification to do this. And yes, he's pretty clear in his mind that it is going to lead to misfortune. So that is the sin of doing it. That is probably the third reason that I thought I was able to identify in this. So he's the argument is that there is a sin. It is a sin to do this. It is not Kshatriya Dharma.
Can I interject, please?
Yes,
Sure.
go ahead. Sure.
I'm not sure whether it is a sin. I think is what he expected is he would rather forgive such transgressions by his family members rather than going ahead and killing them. There are 6 or 8 types of sins which are mentioned, but as far as, I mean, even though Draupadi was his wife and those actions were, those dishonor was committed against her, but that being said, he was really shaken up because of the fact that there is his family and his friends standing opposite him, and he thought that it is okay, there is a Kshatriya Dharma, but it is of better, of a higher value of basically walking away from that rather than being the cause of death and destruction of your family.
Correct, but in this particular verse, looking at whether it is sin or not is when Krishna will reply, we will know. But his argument, his first word saying papam, his argument that it is sin. Whether it actually is sin or not is a different question. But his argument is that it is sin. Apart from what you
Can I?
just said.
Can I?
Sure.
Uh, yeah. So, in my opinion, when I had read the entire thing, yes, Rishi was right. Those Vedic injunctions, which you spoke about, the six type of
Hmm.
aggressors, where according to the Vedic judicial announcement or orders, it is okay to kill a poison giver or one who sets fire to the house or one who plunders the riches, one who attacks with deadly weapons, the one who occupies another's property, you know, then one who kidnaps another's wife. But here, Arjun is not. Arjun's argument is not the sin being coming. What I feel is he's fearing that this will be sin, and the argument is even after killing Dhritarashtra's sons and our friends, what will we gain? Or am I going to be happy after doing all these things? No, I'm going to kill my friends. I'm going to kill my relatives, my kinsmen. Maybe I'm killing my elders and my young generation, and finally, what am I getting? A kingdom. Is it worth? That is the argument which I saw.
Which is
Sin is
in.
the fear
Hmm.
in his mind. Sin is not something which is saying that it will be sin. What he is saying is after the war, the effects will be only the sin overcoming on us.
The
Okay,
misfortune. Yeah.
the misfortune, yes, Piyush, you're right, the misfortune which will be the result of the sin.
Yeah.
That is what I see, fear, where Arjun is trying to argue, saying that I should not do this thing. Why are you pulling me into this? Now he's saying I'm getting pulled into it. He was the person to say that I'm going to fight, but then now he's feeling that I'm getting pulled into it. And that is one part, because he is a saintly person. You must have Arjun
Yeah.
was a yogi. He was a very saintly person, and that's why he was chosen to get the knowledge of Gita. That is my understanding. Anybody else who has gone through can add
What is the
to.
definition of saintly person?
Yogi, I said saintly person is the word over there, but Arjun
Hmm.
was a yogi. He was saintly person. Definition will be like he always वो हमेशा धर्म कार्य करता है या फिर धर्म के साथ चलता है. Now we won't be able to discuss dharma much without Prabhuji, but you can understand the word itself. धर्म यानी क्या है तो.
No, but no, but the thing is this
हम्म,
is
हम्म,
okay. I was reading. I kind of went through the audiobook, the
हम्म,
Bhagavad Gita as it is,
हम्म,
by the same institution, and they came up with this concept of the Dharm Kshetra and Kurukshetra out there, about it being a holy place, a holy war. That being said, so when you're talking about a yogi, wouldn't the question of a bhakt come in? Yes, I understand that he's a friend of the Lord. That's his relationship, but he's
हम्म.
also a devotee. So I don't know, but it's like I would say is he's more of a bhakt then,
He is.
right? I mean, if
He
you
is.
look,
Yes.
because if you look at his relationship with the Lord, is it's not as if he's turning around and saying is, oh well, I have a metaphysical relationship with you. It's more of a question that, oh Lord, it's like you
Hmm.
taking instructions,
Yes.
that I mean, that's my viewpoint.
Yes. No, that is what being a saintly person or a bhakt or a yogi, what he the feelings are and his arguments are why I have to kill these persons. He does not feel any gain, that he's going to gain something, and he feels that even after killing so many friends and relatives and kinsmen, even if I'm getting riches or I'm getting the kingdom, I won't be happy.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree. That is the fear of a misfortune that has come. The
Yes,
fear is the
that is
key
a
word here.
fear. Yes.
So guys, as
Hmm.
Prabhuji has
Hmm.
said, what is the word that we're looking out for? So the first argument was compassion. The
Yes.
second, I forgot what was the word?
Enjoyment.
Enjoyment. And the third
Enjoyment.
what I'm
Is
thinking
misfortune?
is it sin? Yeah, sin, like sin as a whole, sin
The
or fear.
fear
Yeah,
of misfortune or fear
Yeah,
of the
sinfulness.
sinfulness.
sinfulness. Yeah.
Yes. So maybe
Because
okay.
no, because you're right. I mean, that's the sin or the misfortune of things which are about to come. By going ahead and killing
Mm,
your elders. In the next couple of lines, the next couple of two purports,
mm.
it kind of mentions that if you wipe out your elders, it's going to have a significant impact on the next generations which are coming, right?
Yes. That is that you are going to the next verse.
The next two, yeah.
The-
But what I'm
Okay,
saying is there's
let's do
always a
one thing. We
connection.
can we can we can
Mhm.
also take up the next two verses. Then we can
And then come back.
maybe we can discuss more better.
Yeah, let's do 37,
Because next
38
two
again.
verses are having the like Piyush said 36 is only the half and 37 38 are having more
They're
detailed.
connected.
Yeah, they are all connected. Fine, so we can try with the 37 and 38. Kalpesh,
Yeah.
can you?
You mean
Are you okay? I mean, it's like you have the headache. Is it still go up? ठीक है तो?
हाँ देखते हैं मौका मिला है, चौका मारता हूँ.
Okay.
मार ले.
Okay, चल. All right.
That's number 37, right?
Yes,
Yes,
37.
please.
यदि अपि एते ना पसंति ना पश्यन्ति
No, no. So, Kalpesh would be yadyapyate na pashyanti.
यद यद
Yadya.
यद्यप्यते यद्यप्यते
अते न
न
पश्यन्ति
पश्यन्ति लोभोपहत
Chetasaha.
चेतसः.
लोभोपहत
So, guys, before we read, just one quick thing. Wherever there's two dots, that's aha always. And
Right.
yeah, that's one thing. But go ahead. Sorry, Abhijit, go ahead.
कुलुक्षयकृतं दोषं
कुलुक्षय
Kulukshaya kritam dosham.
दोषं
Okay, guys,
मित्रद्रोहे.
just to interrupt, can someone give me the link, please? I'm not able to find 37.
let me share it with you.
Yeah, it should be just
It's in the group.
database.io.
Share it in the group. Debo. Yeah.
We'll start from the beginning itself.
Yeah, thanks.
यद्यपेते न पश्यन्ति
यद्यपेते
Tena
न
pashyanti.
लोभोपहत चेतसः
Lobhopahata chetasaha.
कुलुक्षयकृतं दोषं
Kulukshaya kritam dosham.
मित्रद्रोहे च पातकम्
मित्रद्रोहे च
Mitradrohe
यद्यपेते न पश्यन्ति
yadyapyate na pashyanti.
लोभोपहत चेतसः
Lobhopahata chetasaha.
कुलुक्षयकृतं दोषं
Kulukshaya kritam dosham.
मित्रद्रोहे च पातकम्
Mitradrohe
पातकम्
कथं नने य मसमाभिं कथं नने य
Okay, guys,
मस्माभिः.
let's break this
Yeah,
down
yeah.
and read it. अच्छी से करते हैं. Let's
हाँ.
break this. So the first one is, I think,
कथं
Kathan.
कथं न नेयं
कथं
Yes,
न
नेयम्.
नेयम्
Asmabhi.
कथं न ज्ञेयमस्माभिः
भी
यमस्माभिः
पापाद
Kathane,
पापादस
katham
कथने
ne, neyam. So it's katham
no
ne,
it is
neyam
कथं न
asmabihi.
कथं न नेय मस्माभिः
अस्माभिः
Neyam asmabihi. Okay, yeah.
कथं न नेयमस्माभिः
कथं न
Katham
नेयमस्माभिः
neyam asmabihi.
पापाद पापाद स्मन्नि
Asman.
वर्ति तुम पापाद
पापद अस्मनिवर्तितम्
पापाद स्मन्नि
Asman should be
वर्तु
no. Asman
स्मन
is
स्मन स्मन
So breaking it down, papad is the
पापद
first one. Papad
स्मन्नि
asmanni
वर्तितुम
asman asmanni, yes, correct. Asmanni
नि वर्तितुम
Vartitum.
vartitum. Yeah. So let's read it again. So papad asmani vartitum
पापाद
Papad
स्मन्नि
Asmani
वर्तितुम
kulakshaya kritam dosham
दोषम
Kulakshaya
कुलक्षय कृतं दोषम
Dosham.
प्रपश्य
pashyadabhir
प्रपश्यद
सिद्धि जनार्दन
प्रपश्यद
जनार्दन
जनार्दन जनार्दन
Okay, let's read this once again from
yes
start. Yes.
कथम कथमन्येय मस्माभिः
Katham
Katham
naneyamasmabhi
अस्माभिः
पापादस्म निवर्तितुम्
papadasmanivartitum
कुलक्षयकृतं दोषम्
kulakshaya kritam dosham
प्रपश्य प्रपश्यति जनार्दनम्
Janardanam.
धन okay so
From the top.
I'll read the purport or the translation.
First, the
translation
Yeah, go ahead.
Kshitish go ahead with the translation
Okay. O Janardana, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends, why should we, who can see the crime in destroying the family, engage in these acts of sin?
yes there is one thing a request okay whenever we are reading no I think last to last time even Prabhuji had mentioned and I have made a point too whenever there is the spelling of Krishna or Arjun they have an A in the end but that A is not significant Krishna is Krishna Arjun is Arjun Janardhan is Janardhan and we actually look at Janardhan and we say Janardana or Krishna. We should not be doing that.
So the is barely touched. It's like Krishna.
Barely. It is Krishna. Right.
Krishna. Yeah.
Krishna.
It's one of those things
I-
where
I'm-
our language we
now-
have a silent word. Yeah. Krishna.
Yes. In my own books when I'm writing, that's why I'm not putting that A at all.
Right.
I made it, invisible for me.
Prabhuji also mentioned that like Arjun and Arjuna is a male and female connotation.
Krishna and
So-
Krishna. Arjun is male, and there is no word Arjuna. He had mentioned.
No, he
Krishna
said
and Krishna.
Arjun.
Krishna and
Krishna.
Krishna. Yeah, those are
Krishna
two.
and Krishna. Yeah. I actually have written the gist of this 3730
Great.
purport. Actually, I'll just share that. So I think you all might have read the purport, but what I feel is in this, the main thing to take away is Arjun is thinking that why should we engage in act of sins even though the others are wanting us to perform that act without thinking the evil consequences of the act. And that's one part. And second thing, as a Kshatriya, they mentioned that whenever opposite party tries to challenge you, a Kshatriya should not say no and accept that challenge and befit or defeat or fall to that challenge, that he accepts that and then performs the actions required to do that challenge. Those are the 2 points I feel are important in this verse.
So just one point in addition to what you said about the challenge and accepting it, the purport also mentions only if it leads to something good effect. That is the only time when you should accept. So it's conditional. It's not
Yeah.
that anybody challenged you for a gamble or a fight and you have to accept. It has to be the context of it should lead to a good effect.
Yep.
So
And
here Arjuna is questioning because what he's saying, if as we see in the puppet, is that he Arjuna could see the evil consequences of this act of accepting the challenge, and that is why he's not accepting this challenge of war. That is his reasoning behind having this doubt. This is a sin in itself. To take part in this war in itself is a sin.
yeah.
Yeah.
And considering these pros and cons, so he understands the pros part, the good parts, as well as the evil cons. Both the sides he knows, which he's saying that the other party might be blind not to understand the effects, but we know both, and that's why I decide not to fight.
And guys, to the rest of you, this is something that I threw out as a question because it's been, it's been like a doubt in my mind ever since starting reading the Gita. The dharma, the concept of dharma, you know, is it something that you follow because somebody has told you to, and that somebody is somebody you might consider as a spiritual master? Like maybe it could be even like your parents, like they say parents are god. So your father says that this person has wronged me and you must fight, you must avenge me. Or similarly Krishna, he would say that you must avenge your people, you have to fight. So is that what dharma is, or is dharma something where there is no right or wrong? It's just, I don't know, it's just an act. Like for example, when the British invaded India, and this is a point that I think Rishi and I were discussing, I had brought this point that boss, dharma ki hum baat karte hain, to even for the British, the guys who came here and took everything from India, for them also this was their dharma, although that was not correct. They robbed us, right, for 200-300 years completely. Like they say, the GDP dropped from 35% to 2%. I mean, just to quote some numbers, or approximately. So, I mean, that was their dharma. They did it for their country, right? Their country needed the resources, so they did it. Now, what is, my confusion is that here Arjun is also saying that, this is dharma is there, but then the consequences are bad. So why should I fight? This is my doubt as well. I mean, how come dharma is correct in this? So is dharma imperfect then in that case, or what is it? That's what I'm doubting.
Yeah, I think Piyush, it's a very good point you have mentioned. What I remember from we discussed with Prabhuji was, so what is dharma is, in the very layman statement he had mentioned, taking the right decision by using the intelligence is which we have, every human being has from the supreme godhead. And how do we get to know whether the act we or the decision we are making to do is right or wrong? Is the intelligence which help us to do that, is what I remember from
When you say intelligence, it is the sixth sense, if I remember correctly, what Prabhuji was talking about. The intuition, right?
As per my notes, okay, dharma cannot be changed. One, dharma is the actual nature of any substance, or animal or reptile or creature or human or a demigod. Nature of a living entity or soul is to serve, and that is our dharma. According to the discussion which we had about a month back, I suppose, with Prabhuji.
Abhi, one quick question.
Yeah.
Can't two people on different sides be committed to dharma, but they'll be in diametrically opposite positions?
Absolutely.
There are
That
two warriors. There are two
that is what
warriors. One of them, no, there.
that is what
Uh-huh,
is the nature of the living entity or soul is to serve,
right,
and that is our dharma. So what you are saying
right.
is correct, Randir. The people on both the sides, like not Duryodhan, I'm not talking about Duryodhan, but Bhishma Pitama. Okay, his dharma was to serve the kingdom of
Country,
Hastinapur,
the
and he
kingdom.
was following.
Right.
Whereas Arjun's dharma was to get whatever he has lost because of the what do you say, all the cunning plots of Shakuni and Duryodhan. So you are right.
Right. Right.
You are right.
Now, let me just
So
interject.
yeah.
Now, Bhishma Pitamaha was his dharma was to go ahead and, in the best interest of the kingdom. But that being said, wouldn't he be a contributor to adharm too, on the basis of what he let happen in his under his basically under his watch?
एक बहुत अच्छा डायलॉग बताता हूँ, बॉडीगार्ड में है, लास्ट में आदित्य पंचोली बोलता है, तुम्हारी नजर में तुम हीरो, हमारी नजर में हम हीरो.
Beautifully said. Yeah. So you're always, what is right to you can be wrong to somebody else, and vice versa.
Yes.
Now, one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter, basically.
Yes, that is where karma and dharma is interjecting, na?
Not necessarily. I come from an army background. You pick up a gun and that's it. You're a goner.
That is your dharma, but you are not doing it because you are not an army man.
No, but I can get it done. Avi, don't worry.
Then that is adharma. If you are getting it done,
Doesn't matter.
Abhijit, in Canada, have they given people the right to bear arms just out of the blue?
I don't know about Canada, but I can surely say Randir can do anything he wants. At least in his dreams.
अभी उधर जा मत.
या तो दारू पिला दो, दारू
भारी पड़ेगा सोच ले.
But I think I have a contradictory statement to Abhijit Piyush here. Okay, so we studied this a person should have all his senses in control. Five senses which we talked, right? The gross senses which we discussed. Now, when a person performs an act without his gross senses in control, without having them in control, is not the right thing to act or do. If he has his senses in control and then he uses his intelligence to actually take a right or wrong decision. I remember very well, Prabhuji was mentioning this, that when you have firstly your senses in control and then you take the right decision is what is the right thing to follow. So here, if we say, take this example which Piyush gave, British came, invaded India, and that was there anyways. They were planning to do that, but that is again, they were not having their senses in control there. That point gets void there. And on the other side, this example of using a gun in Canada or US, there also a person definitely never has his senses in control if he's going to kill someone. So if we go back to that example which Prabhuji gave, I remember, you are at a place where it's totally dark and there is a black tall man.
That is, you are talking about conscience.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the conscience.
I'm relating the senses and senses and the act done by Jiva, basically here. I'm trying to relate that.
No, that comes on conscience. When you are talking about the example which Prabhuji had given, I very well remember that you are going in a dark place and there is a tall man who is who comes in front of you, and then you find that there is a policeman who is behind you. So that is about your conscience and your faith, the Vishwas.
Guys, sorry for interjecting, but can we finish the 37 and 38 and then come back to this?
We are we have already finished, right? Kshitij has already given his say, and we came to a conclusion that what was the feeling. So we had discussed about fear of the consequences or the misfortune which leads after the sinful acts.
Right. So just to recap, the first is compassion. The second doubt is
enjoyment.
Enjoyment. Yeah. And the third one is sin.
Sinfulness.
Sinfulness.
Guys, if you read go on.
I want to say just one thing.
Kalpesh,
2 times.
Speak a little louder.
Okay. So 2 times we discussed about British invasion of India. So I thought I'll put my.
Still not very audible.
No. Go on, please.
तेरा mic किधर है?
Can you guys hear me now better?
बेटर बेटर
better, please.
माइक तो मेरे इधर ही लगाया था, सर पे लगाया.
मुंह पे लगा दे वो.
Go ahead, Kalpesh.
So when British actually controlled India, they had like only 3,500 soldiers at that time. Actually, British soldiers. So just be mindful that Britishers did not conquer India. We gave them India in a plate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
And actually in 1847
Yep,
or
yeah, that is true.
57,
Uh,
they had actually lost the war. They had actually lost the war, but Scindias and one king from Punjab, and there was one more. These three Maharajas, they paid them pretty good money. They said, "Nay, we will support you. Can you please continue fighting for us and provide us weapons?" So Tatya Tope, Rani Lakshmi Bai, they were not fighting actually against Britishers as what we are told. They're actually fighting against majority soldiers were Indian soldiers, both sides. So just be mindful of that.
Yeah, so actually, to Kalpesh's point, without getting too much into it, it was actually not even the British, it was a corporate that invaded us. It was the British East India Company. It was an establishment, rather, in other words, that you could say, which actually
Yes, they
started
were a
the thing.
proxy. They were very
I
much
actually
jealous.
went
They
to
were a
in
proxy.
London. No, guys, in London, I actually walked across to the British East India Company building, and I took a snapshot, and that's what it says. This is the year where the East India Company stood, and it's a shell. That's all it is. There's nothing in there. There's got a coffee shop there. So much for people who conquered the empire.
It's ironic.
It's ironic. Now, another thing which was there is, as Kalpesh said, it was around 3.5, 4,000 people who came over. But you got to realize is someone was saying that it wasn't. They used all five service. They used all five of their senses, and they used their intelligence. So, I mean, that being said, by that same definition of dharma, if you're using all five senses and you're using your intelligence, could that be their dharma? That what they did was correct according to them?
Randir, I have a question. The
Mhm.
people who invaded us or who really came to fight, who were they? They were deployed, right? They were not the East India Company themselves. Those people did not come, right?
Soldiers don't go to a war and says we're going to do it. I mean, it's like usually it
One
is
minute.
generals
My
who
question is soldiers came in, right? And what is the part a soldier has to do is he has to fight for his country or his king. So their dharma is very much specified or very much clear over here that they had to fight. They were told to fight. They are going to fight. That's it. The
Abhi,
dharma. Let me complete, Randir. Let me complete. The dharma, what we are talking about, is for the East India Company or the soldiers.
okay, Abhi, let me tell you one thing is coming from a military background, as far as dharma is concerned for a soldier, a dharma is simply to follow, as not to die for his country, it's not to fight for his country. Dharma for a soldier happens to be one simple thing, to follow instructions of the superior officer and make sure that the things move forward. So, ye jo hai na, these are metaphysical concepts. When the general officers or the king goes ahead and gives up an instruction, the soldier in this case is simply following through with the officers or the king's instructions. The decision to invade a country is not taken by the soldier, it's taken by the king. So I'm talking about it, and what we are talking about it is, yes, a company or whatever. I mean, it's like you're not talking from a legal standpoint. A corporation has a legal entity, but we're not talking about the corporation ka dharma. We're talking about the person, maybe the queen or the king of England who gave that instruction, who gave the franchise and said as, okay, East India Company, you go, India tumhara hai. As long as we're being paid 12%, we don't care, right? But the thing
Right.
is, somebody gave the instructions, somebody said, these are my my senses, and this is my intelligence, right? The person
The
who
one who
pushed,
is giving
as
the
I say,
instruction. The one
yes,
who
the
is
person
giving.
who pulled the
Yes.
trigger, the person who pulled the trigger.
So Randir, here
Uh, Go on.
Randir, I look at it this way in terms of example. my dharma is to ensure I take care of my family and raise the children well by giving them right principles to be a good human being. I'll put it that way. Instead of going to this
Mhm.
example of East India Company and all, let's talk our basic principles we follow daily in life. So I look at it in terms of raising children in the right way so
Yeah.
that they are honest and sincere towards whatever they do.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
I like to put it that way. But this example of East India Company, I think we all are having different opinions, and which is making things confusing, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. Let's come back from there. I would say, I mean, I'm looking at it from Arjun's point of view, or I mean, not in his shoes, but just from his point of view in the scripture, that he's questioning this because his sixth sense is telling him, "Ki boss, this is wrong." That's why he's questioning it,
Yeah.
right?
Hi,
That's what.
Prabhuji. You're on mute, Prabhuji.
Oh, hello, Prabhuji.
You're on mute. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
No.
No. Please check if you're on mute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's
Perfect.
Yeah. Now.
Now we can. Yes, sir.
Okay. So are you discussing 1.36 or the verses before that?
1.378.
We
Actually, 1.36.
Okay.
63738.
Let's read 1.36 quickly and pick up the nice words in that one. Yeah. Have you already read 1.36?
All
Okay.
So we actually
363738.
we'd love the Sanskrit version of it, please.
Okay. Let's read the Sanskrit.
Yes.
1.36. Papam eva rayedasman.
Papam eva
Papam
redasvam
Sapam eva asratyam.
shray.
Okay. I'll say that again.
Papam
Papam eva shrayed asman.
Papam eva
Eva
shrayedasman
shreyatam swam.
Hatvetainatatayinah.
Hatvetanatayana
Hatvetanatatainah
Tasmanarhavayam hantum.
Tasmararayam
tasmarahayam
hantum
hantum
Dhartarashtran sabandhuvan.
Dhartarashtra sabandhavan
Swajanam hi katham hatva.
Swajanam hi katham hatva
Sukhinah syama madhava.
Sukhinah shama madhavah
Papamevashrayat asman.
Papameva shriyadasman
Hatvaitanatatainah.
Hatvetanatatainah
Tasmanarhavayam hantum.
Tasmanarhayam hantum
Dhartarashran sabandhavan.
Dhartarashtraन् sabandhavan
Swajanam hi katham hatva.
Swajanam hi katham hatva
Sukhinah syama madhava.
Sukhinah shama madhavah
Papamevashrayedasman.
Papameva shriyadasman
Hatvaitanatatainah.
Hatvetanatatainah
Tasmanarhavayam hantum.
Tasmanarhayam hantum
Dhartarashtran sambandhavan.
Dhartarashtra sabandhavan
Swajanam hi katham hatva.
Swajanam hi katham hatva
Sukhinah syama madhava.
Sukhinah shama madhavah
Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune, and how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? Okay, the important word here. Hatvaitam atatainaha. Atatainaha. Anyone thought about this word? What would that mean?
The opposing party or aggressors, as it's given.
Aggressors, yes. Atataina, the actual meaning from Sanskrit,
Okay.
atataina means atatainaha. Ata means bow. The bow's rope. You know, there is a rope in the bow? Yes, a string or a rope or whatever, which is pulled to put the arrow. And the string is released so that the arrow goes and hits the opponent. So the one, atatainaha. Atatai means the one who's pulling the string of the bow
Very
in
hard.
front of you is called atataina.
Okay.
Someone who is waiting to kill you. So if you read the purport is amazing. You know, you should read the purports also, apart from translation. So it says, according to Vedic injunctions, there are 6 kind of aggressors. So 6 kind of aggressors, according to Vedic injunctions, and this is given in Chanakya Niti. Everyone knows who's Chanakya?
Yes.
Yes. Anyone who doesn't know who's Chanakya? Yes. Anyone who doesn't know who's Chanakya? Everyone knows who's Chanakya? Okay. What, you know? Yeah, everyone knows, right? Okay. Which Shastra did Chanakya write?
Arthashastra.
Arthashastra. Who answered that?
Devotion.
Devarshi. Very good answer, Devarshi. And what are the stages of a man as per our Vedic culture or Vedic Dharma? What are the stages
4,
of the man?
sir.
Yeah, what are those 4 stages?
The Gruhat ashram is one of those, right?
Okay, that is
One
ashrama,
ashram
not
is
the
the last.
stages. No. That is the ashrama.
Mhm.
Ashrama is the state. He is in that state. A stage at
Avastha.
which he should be. Like, for example, now when we start our career, you know, in education, then we start working, then we want to grow up the ladder, you know, of corporate and reach some place and then become a manager. This is how you grow, right? This is called growth in material terms, isn't it?
So the first
Yes?
one would be brahmacharya, I believe.
No.
Would it come?
Vidyarthi first.
Brahmachari is the varna. Sorry, is the ashrama. Brahmacharya is an ashrama. Varna is the nature. Ashram, nature, and stage. A stage is the progress, the progression.
Does it involve one of the words is Brit, where man grows old or something?
Man grows old is again on the ashram. So brahmacharya ashram is from 0 to 25. Grahast ashram 25 to 50. 50 to 75 is vanaprastha, and from 75 it is sannyas. That is how the grow with terms of age in Kali Yuga.
Jnanarjan is the first stage.
Sorry,
Prabhuji.
Gyan
Jnanarjan.
Arjan. Gyan Arjan again is a word. It is not a stage.
Sir, stage
Okay.
means avastha.
Purushartha. Have you heard about this? Have you heard about Purushartha? What are the Purusharthas? What is a Purushartha? A progression. So you progress in that way. Purushartha. And that's where Artha comes into picture. That is where the Artha Shastra comes from.
Okay, I got it here. Dharma,
What?
Artha, Kama, and Moksha.
Haribol. Very nice. Who is that? Devarishi again?
I,
Yeah,
I looked it
Devarishi.
up. I looked it
Yeah,
up.
okay, that's fine. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. These are the Purusharthas, the progression of a man. It's not necessary that you will do it. You will not necessary that you will become a general manager, but ideal way of progression as per our Shastras. Purushartha. Okay? Progression, growth, not in terms of age, in terms of career growth, as we say it, growth, career growth, or you say progression in his life. That is called. And that's where the Artha Shastra comes into picture. Artha, what does Artha means? Artha का मतलब क्या होता है?
Wealth.
Yeah, in one term, yes. Fulus, mal, returns,
Paisa.
paisa,
Gandhi.
property, anything
economic.
which relate to returns. Don't
Rokda.
don't only, yeah, rokda also. Don't only be confined to wealth. Any returns you get is called artha. Return रोकड़ा खाली नहीं हो सकता, प्रॉपर्टी खाली नहीं हो सकता. It can be anything. Artha. You want something from someone, then it is artha. You understand? Does it make sense? You say value, right? Value for money is artha. इसको इतना पैसा दिया यार, मजा नहीं आया. उतना पैसा दिया लेकिन उसमें उतना चीज नहीं मिला मुझे. That means you did not get the artha. That is
Satis.
artha. समझ में आ रहा है कुछ? हाँ, अर्थ का मतलब समझ में आ रहा है?
Yeah,
रिटर्न्स
समझ में आ
रिटर्न्स
रहा है.
रिटर्न्स रिटर्न्स चाहिए ना अपने को.
Buyback
Satisfaction.
value.
वैल्यू चाहिए ना, कुछ दिया तो पैसा, वो अर्थ, वो होता है अर्थ. एंड अर्थ, दैट हाउ टू गेट द मैक्सिमम अर्थ is Arthashastra. That's where Chanakya comes into picture. How to get the maximizing the resources. Isn't that what is management all about? Yeah? Resources में से कितना घसीट सकते हो, जितना ज्यादा, that is अर्थ. Returns. And the idea now, it is that less resources, more returns. Isn't what we are going towards? Yes. Less man hours, more artificial intelligence. Yes, that's where we are heading towards, right? So we are want to input less and get more. Arthashastra is all about that. Okay, so there are different types of shastras. If you want to get returns in this world, then it is Arthashastra. But if you want to get dharma, it is Dharma Shastra. And above Dharma Shastra, it is Bhakti Shastra or Yoga Shastra. We are trying to understand Yoga Shastra, but our mind works in Arth Shastra. तो इसीलिए ये सब लफड़ा होता है हमारा. We cannot relate to Arjun. We are thinking on a different level. इसके लिए वो धर्म और पूरा खिचड़ी पक जाता है दिमाग में. So we will go layer by layer. Yes, Kalpesh, you wanted to say something? Okay. Yeah, you're on mute, Kalpesh.
Sorry. So in 1.36, right? He's also saying, what should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune? So he believes that he will lose his fortune as well, as a bad luck, if he kills his own kinsman.
Sorry? Goddess of fortune. Who's goddess of fortune?
Krishna.
Goddess of fortune is
Oh,
Krishna.
no, Lakshmi. Sorry.
Lakshmi.
Okay. Okay. And
So isn't he worried that he will lose that fortune by slaying his own kinsman?
no, he doesn't say that.
So what does this mean then? The last line says, "What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune?"
So that is what makes him Arjun, that he is not thinking in terms of Arthashastra. Nice background music. Is there kirtan going on somewhere?
It's coming from Randir actually.
Okay, okay. So Arjun is not thinking about Artha. He is thinking on higher grounds. He is not thinking on Artha Shastra level. Otherwise, if he thinks on Artha Shastra says, if you see the aggressor, if you see Atataina, kill him at once. That's what Chanakya Niti says. You understand? And what is that Atataina? Who is that aggressor? Aggressor is one, a poison giver. Tries to kill you by poison. Next, one who sets fire to the house. Third, one who attacks with deadly weapons. Fourth, one who plunders riches. That means he tries to grab your money. 5, one who occupies another's land. कब्जा कर लेता है किसी का land का. 5, 6, one who kidnaps a wife of other. He's an aggressor. So these are different types of aggressors. Such aggressors are at once to be killed, and no sin is incurred by killing such aggressors. That is what Arthashastra says.
Kauravas did all 6.
Exactly. Good point. Good point, Rishi. They did everything.
Prabhuji, one question.
Yes. Who's this?
Deboshi here.
Yes,
One
Deboshi.
question.
Yeah.
So, if I am attacking an aggressor who has aggressed against me, am I
Yeah.
not becoming an aggressor myself?
No, you are reacting. So what's happening is that you are counterfeiting it. So the point here is not that whether you are right or wrong. The point is you will not incur a sin. Okay. So there are 3 types of karmas. I'll give you a brief idea about karma today, just because we have touched the Adhataina. And this is a hint I'm giving you, which is the third argument of Arjun. So you can think on that ground. So if you kill an aggressor who is doing all these 6, any of these 6 things to you, you will not incur a sin. Court ka baat alag hai, legal system, that is not related to karma basically, but karma, as per when you say, when you kill a person, you get a reaction, right? Bad karma. So 3 types of karma: karma, akarma, vikarma. So karma is the activity, akarma is inaction, that means no reaction, and vikarma is bad reaction. Okay, karma can also be said as good reaction. So karma, action with a good reaction. Akarma, inaction, काम किया लेकिन उसका reaction नहीं आएगा, that is called akarma. This is what we are talking about. So if you kill an aggressor, it is inaction. There won't be any reaction coming to you. That's what Arthashastra says. You get it? Everyone understands what I'm saying? And vikarma is when you get a bad reaction. So these are the 3 different types of karma. Did I answer your question, Devarshi? Okay, so he's on mute. Sin will.
Prabhuji, sorry,
Yeah.
could you repeat the 4 stages of this thing once again for me, if you don't mind?
Purushartha.
Yes.
Yeah, the 4 Purusharthas are Dharma, Artha,
Kam.
Dharma, Artha,
Kam.
Kama, Moksha. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha.
Purushartha, Dharma, Artha.
No.
And
These are the 4 Purusharthas.
the 4 Purusharthas. Okay. So
These are the
Dharma.
4 progressions: Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. But these are, we'll discuss these in detail when we reach chapter 3. They are basically related to Karma Kanda. These are our Vedic, injunctions. Something which does not apply when you are trying to go into yoga or bhakti yoga. Doesn't apply there. This applies when you want to stay in this material world nicely. So you do dharma. That means you do your activities as per your dharma to get some good reactions. So you get artha, mal milega. With artha, you enjoy, which is kama. You satisfy your desires. And after your desires are satisfied, you try to get moksha. Does it make sense?
Makes sense.
This is the progression or purushartha. Okay, but Arjun is not talking on the level of Artha Shastra, because if he talks on Artha Shastra, he would at once kill the aggressors or the Atataina, but he is not saying so. So he says, what should we gain? Okay, husband of goddess of fortune. And this is another way of looking at money. So there are two ways of looking at money. One is Maya, another is Lakshmi. Yeah, you look at money as Maya, then you enjoy yourself. But when you look at money as Lakshmi, Lakshmi should be used in the service of Narayana. Where does she sit? She sits on the feet of Krishna or Vishnu. So that's a perception looking at money. How can I utilize this money in the service of Vishnu? That is how you look at it. That is why Arjun is calling him husband of Lakshmi, not Maya. Okay. And how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? Understand this verse now? Should we read the other 37, 38?
Yes.
Yes, quickly. Another 10 minutes or so, we'll wind up. Yadyapetena pashyanti
Yadyapetena pashyanti
lobopahata chetasaha
lobopahata chetasaha
kulakshaya kritam dosham
kulakshaya kritam dosham
mitradrohe cha patakam
mitradrohe cha patakam
katham na geyamasmabhi
कथं
katham nage asmabhi
papadasma nivartitum
papadasma nivartitum
kulakshaya kritam dosham
kulakshaya kritam dosham
prapashya bhir janardana
prapashyadhira janardana
yadyapete na pashyanti
yadyapeta nashpashyanti
lobhopahata chetasah
lobhopahata chetasaha
kulakshaya kritam dosham
kulakshaya kritam dosham
mitradohe cha patakam
mitradrohe cha patakam
katham na geyam masmabhi
katham nageyam asmabhi
papadasman nivartitum
papadasman nivartitum
kulakshaya kritam dosham
kulakshaya kritam dosham
prapashya bhir janardana
prapasya janardana
yadyapete na pashyanti
yadyapetena pashyanti
lobhopahata chetasah
lobhopahata chetasaha
kulakshaya kritam dosham
kulakshaya kritam dosham
mitradohe cha patakam
mitradrohe cha patakam
katham na geyamasmabhi
katham nageyam asmabhi
papadasman nivartitum
papadasman nivartitum
kulakshaya kritam dosham
kulakshaya kritam dosham
prapashyadbhir janardana
Janardana.
O Janardhan, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends, why should we? Who can see the crime in destroying a family engage in these acts of sin? Now see the Kshatriyas are defined here in the purport. A Kshatriya is not supposed to refuse to battle or gamble. Read the purport. Who he when he is invited, when he is so invited by some rival party. Under such an obligation, Arjun could not refuse to fight because he had been challenged by the party of Duryodhan. In this connection, Arjun considered that the other party might be blind to see the effects of such a challenge. Arjun, however, could see the evil consequences and could not accept the challenge. Obligation is actually binding when the effect is good, but when the effect is otherwise, then no one can be bound. Do you understand this? Obligation is actually binding when the effect is good, but when the effect is otherwise, then no one can be bound. Does this answer the question on Kshatriya Dharma? Randhir, does it make sense?
Randhir is
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Is it making sense?
Hmm. Yeah, especially the concept about obligation and ability to, and the requirement to walk away from your obligation.
Absolutely. See, Kshatriya is Shatatrayate, as I said earlier. Shatatrayate iti Kshatriya. That means the one who is Shati, who is being harmed, someone who's been harmed, and you are trying to protect that person, that is Kshatriya. And that is the obligation of a Kshatriya, to protect. Administer, of course, but to protect. So he is thinking on that ground only. As a Kshatriya, I have to protect. The obligation is to protect. But here, I can see the effect is bad of this war. So will not walking away from the war be protection? Does it make sense? He can fight, of
Yes, Prabhu.
course. He's got all the weapons. But walking away, if it can protect others, which the evil people are not able to see, then I'm following my Kshatriya Dharma. He's not a fool, huh? He's not idiot. He's intelligent. He's thinking deeper. He's thinking at the level of any nice, intelligent man, even more than that in Kali Yuga. Yes, Rishi.
But this question should come to Dharmaraj Yudhishthir before Arjun. How can he be quiet and but Arjun can have doubt?
Arjun is considered to be the best among Pandavas, not Yudhishthir.
But in matters of dharma.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But the best among all, or rather, best among Nara, among the mankind, is Arjun. Any reason?
I think because Prabhuji, he is somebody who is questioning. He is asking questions. He's questioning his sixth sense, which tells him that, hey, there's something wrong in this. There is, I mean, that ability maybe not there in all the other Pandavas.
Yes, and Krishna himself says in chapter 10, did we touch this verse? That among the men, among everyone, I am Arjun. That means Krishna identifies himself as Arjun among men. Is it making sense? That is the reason. He says, Krishna says in chapter 10. Did we touch this verse last time? That Vrishni, among the Vrishnis, is Krishna.
Yes, we
Among,
touched. We
yes,
read this.
Aditi?
Kalpesh read this
Yeah, which verse was
passage.
that, Aditi? What verse was that? Do you
I
remember?
don't remember, but 10.36 or something.
10.36? Okay, let's see.
If I'm not
Something around
mistaken.
that. Yeah, we can have a look.
The mention of Vrishni in 10.40.
Yeah, 36 or something
No,
like that.
1.40.
Okay, 10.40. Let's see. Or 10.37. You are close, Aditi. So if you read 10.37, Vrishninam Vasudevo Asmi Pandavanam Dhananjaya. He says, of the descendants of Vrishni, I am Vasudev, and of the Pandavas, I am Arjun. Pandavas were considered to be the best among men, and the best among Pandavas was considered Arjun, because he is the Krishna identifies himself. That is why Arjun was chosen, to whom Bhagavad Gita was spoken. This answers that question also. Because this also question comes, na? Why not other Pandavas? Why not Yudhishthir? He was Dharmaraj. Why he was not questioning? He could have thought better than Arjun, but no. Arjun is considered to be the best. Considering all these pros and cons, Arjun decided not to fight. Okay, so the question still stands. What is his third argument? First argument, compassion. Second argument, enjoyment. Third argument, he has repeatedly said one word constantly.
Sin?
Very nice. Who was that? Piyush.
Piyush. Yes.
Yes. So what is he worried about?
He does not want to, have any wrong doings, or,
He
if
does
he
not
does
want to
anything wrong.
commit any sin. Yes.
Yes, he does not want to commit any sin.
And
He does
why
not
don't
want to.
and why, Aditi, on that same ground, say for example, you, if you are asked to commit a sin, why wouldn't you
Hmm.
do that?
Because I would think that I would get a bad karma, or
Very
something will
nice.
come back to me.
Very
It will come back to me.
nice. Yes. This is why we don't commit a sin. Generally, this is our thought, and that is Arjuna's thought. So the third argument of his is fear of sinful reactions. So the first one, compassion. Second one is enjoyment. Third is fear of sinful reactions. Completely humane. Huh? Completely humane. We think on the same grounds. Yes? Okay. So we'll end our discussion here. Any questions or comments? Please ask. No questions? All good? Okay. So the exercise for the next week for all of you, 39 to 43 verses. Please find the fourth argument of Arjun. What would be the fourth argument? So all three arguments clear so far? The reasons of
No,
not
can
to
you
fight.
tell me about enjoyment? Enjoyment, I'm
Yeah,
confused
yeah.
about that.
See, enjoyment was from verses 31 to 35. So if you see those verses 31 to 35, they speak about Arjun saying that if I kill all my relatives, what will I do with this kingdom? The money, whom I'm going to enjoy this money with if all my relatives are gone? Whom I'm going to enjoy these luxuries with? Whom I'm going to share this all these happiness with? Now we can take the situation currently we have, right? Isolation. Now people are earning money, but the problem is you're not able to travel. You're not able to utilize that money. You're restricted. You got you're making money, no problem. But what's the use of that money? You cannot utilize it. You cannot share it. You cannot meet your relatives. We are facing that same situation, isn't it, at the moment? So whether you are poor or whether you are rich, doesn't matter. You need your your people. You need your loved ones around you. Yes? Otherwise, what's the use of that wealth? Isn't this a right question?
True.
And at the moment, we have the situation where people are dying because of this pandemic. But imagine someone tells you to kill your relatives and then you get all the money. How insane would that be? How will I kill my grandfather to enjoy that money? What's the use of that money? You see? Arjuna is not wrong. He's not wrong. Did that answer your question, Aditi?
Yes, it did. Thank you.
So that's enjoyment. That's enjoyment. Enjoyment without your loved ones. What is enjoyment without your loved ones?
Mm.
What is money? What is luxury without your loved ones? What is it?
No value. It has
No
no
value.
value.
No value. No value. Okay. So 39 to 43 has the fourth argument. So as usual, please discuss among yourselves whenever you get time. And we will discuss in detail and come up to the fourth argument. And that will conclude this chapter.
Okay.
Yeah. So next week would be the last session for chapter 1.
Okay.
43 verses in this chapter. 46,
Great.
sorry. Yeah, 46. So 43 to 46 would be an extension of that same verse.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, everyone, for your time,
Thank
and have a good night.
you.
Hare
Have a good
Krishna.
evening.
Hare Krishna.
Hare